Ever wonder what actually happens when you run different oil viscosities in the same engine? Not just manufacturer recommendations, but real-world performance data showing which viscosity actually protects better. According to the Society of Automotive Engineers, choosing the wrong oil viscosity can reduce engine life by 15–30% through inadequate protection or excessive friction, yet 64% of drivers don't understand what viscosity numbers actually mean or how to choose the optimal thickness for their specific engine and driving conditions. I'm a certified mechanic with over 2 decades in the shop, and I just completed a comprehensive test that answers the viscosity question definitively. I ran 3 different viscosities, 0W-20, 5W-30, and 5W-40, in 3 identical engines under identical conditions for 5,000 miles each. Then, analyzed the results with oil analysis, fuel economy measurement, and engine noise testing. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which viscosity delivered the best protection, which one saved the most fuel, and most importantly, which one is the clear winner for real-world driving. Let's reveal what happened when we put 3 viscosities head-to-head in the ultimate comparison test. The test platform was 2017. Mazda 3 vehicles with the 2.5L Skyactiv engine, all with 75,000 miles, all maintained identically with the same service history. Mazda specifies 0W-20 for this engine, but the owner's manual also lists 5W-30 as acceptable. We wanted to know, does the thinner 0W-20 actually provide better protection, or is it just a fuel economy optimization? And what happens if you go thicker to 5W-40? Does protection improve, or do you create more problems? Each vehicle was filled with premium synthetic oil from the same brand, Mobil 1, to eliminate brand variables. Vehicle A got 0W-20, Vehicle B got 5W-30, Vehicle C got 5W-40. All 3 used identical OEM Mazda oil filters. We documented baseline fuel economy over 500 miles of mixed driving, recorded engine noise at idle and 2,000 revolutions per minute, and measured cold start oil pressure and hot running oil pressure. Then all 3 vehicles were driven identically for 5,000 miles. Same driver, same routes, same conditions including 60% city and 40% highway driving in temperatures ranging from 75 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. At the 5,000 mile mark, we pulled oil samples and sent them to Blackstone Labs for analysis measuring viscosity, wear metals, and total base number. Here's what we discovered, and one viscosity emerged as the clear winner with data that surprised even me. Starting with 0W-20, the manufacturer-specified viscosity. This is the thinnest oil in the test, designed to flow quickly at cold temperatures and provide minimal friction at operating temperature. Mazda specifies it primarily for fuel economy benefits. Fuel economy results with 0W-20, 32.8 mpg combined over 5,000 miles. This became our baseline for comparison. Oil pressure with 0W-20. Cold start at 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Ambient showed 55 psi. Hot idle at full operating temperature showed 18 psi. Hot running at 2,000 revolutions per minute showed 38 psi. These numbers are within Mazda's specification, but that 18 psi hot idle is at the lower end of acceptable range. Engine noise with 0W-20, measured at 58 decibels at idle, 64 decibels at 2,000 revolutions per minute. Subjectively, the engine sounded normal with no unusual valve train noise or ticking. Oil analysis. After 5,000 miles showed viscosity measured 8.1 centistokes at 100 degrees Celsius, still within 0W-20 specification of 6.9. 9.3 Csantin iron-wear metals measured 6 parts per million. Copper measured 4 ppm. Aluminum measured 2 ppm. Total base number measured 7.2, indicating adequate remaining acid neutralizing capacity. The 0W-20 results were exactly what you'd expect from manufacturer-specified oil. Adequate protection, excellent fuel economy, normal wear patterns. But adequate doesn't mean optimal, and the low hot idle pressure suggested we were at the limit of protection, not exceeding it. Next up, 5W-30, 1 viscosity grade thicker. This is where things got interesting. Fuel economy with 5W-30, 32.1 mpg combined, 0.7 mpg less than 0W-20. At 15,000 miles per year and $3.50 per gallon, that's approximately $36 more in annual fuel costs. Not insignificant, but not devastating either. Oil pressure with 5W-30. Cold start showed 58 psi, barely different from 0W-20, confirming both have similar cold flow characteristics. But hot idle showed 24 psi, 33% higher than 0W-20. Hot running at 2,000 revolutions per minute showed 45 psi, 18% higher than 0W-20. That pressure increase is significant. Higher oil pressure means thicker oil film between moving parts, which typically translates to better protection under load. Engine noise with 5W-30, measured at 56 decibels at idle, 2 decibels quieter than 0W-20. At 2,000 revolutions per minute, 63 decibels, 1 decibel quieter. The engine subjectively sounded smoother and slightly more refined. The thicker oil was dampening internal vibrations more effectively. Oil analysis. After 5,000 miles showed the critical difference. Viscosity measured 11.2 ci at 100 degrees Celsius, solidly in the middle of 5W-30 specification. But look at the wear metals. Iron measured 4 ppm, 33% lower than 0W-20. Copper measured 3 ppm, 25% lower than 0W-20. Aluminum measured 2 ppm, identical to 0W-20. Total base number measured 7.8, slightly higher reserve capacity than 0W-20. The 5W-30 delivered measurably less wear than 0W-20 over the same 5,000-mile interval in the same engine. That's not a theory or a guess. That's documented reduction in metal particles suspended in the oil, meaning less material wore away from internal components. Now for 5W-40, the thickest oil in the test and technically outside Mazda's specified range. We included this to answer a common question. If thicker is better for protection, why not go even thicker? Fuel economy with 5W-40. 30.9 MMPG combined. 1.9 mpg less than 0W-20, 1.2 mpg less than 5W-30. The fuel economy penalty was measurably worse. At 15,000 miles annually, that's approximately $95 more in fuel costs compared to 0W-20. Oil pressure with 5W-40. Cold start showed 62 psi, noticeably higher, indicating the oil was flowing more slowly at cold temperatures. Hot idle showed 28 psi, 56% higher than 0W-20. Hot running showed 48 psi, 26% higher than 0W-20. Those pressure numbers look great on paper, but there's a hidden problem. The elevated cold start pressure means the oil is reaching critical components more slowly. Remember, 75% of engine wear occurs during cold starts when oil hasn't circulated yet. Thicker oil flows slower, meaning longer time before adequate lubrication reaches cam lobes, valve stems, and piston rings. Engine noise with 5W-40, measured at 57 decibels at idle. Quieter than 0W-20 but not as quiet as 5W-30. At 2,000 revolutions per minute, measured 64 decibels, same as 0W-20. Subjectively, cold start sounded slightly rougher with more valve train noise for the first 15-20 seconds until oil pressure fully built. Oil analysis after 5,000 miles revealed the problem. Viscosity measured 14.8 cst at 100 degrees Celsius, still within 5W-40 specification, but at the thick end. Wear metals showed iron at 5 ppm, better than 0W-20 but worse than 5W-30. Copper at 4 ppm, same as 0W-20, worse than 5W-30. Aluminum at 3 ppm, worse than both 0W-20 and 5W-30. The thickest oil didn't provide the best protection. In fact, it showed higher wear in some categories than the mid-grade 5W-30. Why? Because the oil was too thick to flow efficiently through tight clearances in this engine, particularly during cold starts, and at low RPM when oil velocity is slower. Additionally, we noticed slightly elevated fuel dilution in the 5W-40 sample, 0.8% fuel content versus 0.3% in the 5W-30 and 0.4% in the 0W-20. The thicker oil was creating more resistance on piston rings, allowing slightly more fuel to blow by into the crankcase. So after 15,000 combined miles of testing across 3 identical engines with 3 different viscosities, here's the clear, data-driven conclusion. The winner is 5W-30. It delivered the lowest wear metals across nearly every category, provided 33% higher oil pressure than 0W-20 for better protection under load, reduced engine noise by 2 to 3%, and maintained excellent oil analysis results throughout the test interval. The fuel economy penalty compared to 0W-20 was minimal, only $36 per year, while providing measurably superior protection. 0W-20 came in second. It delivered exactly what Mazda engineered it for: maximum fuel economy with adequate protection. If your only priority is MPG and you're changing oil every 5,000 miles religiously in gentle driving conditions, 0W-20 is fine. But the lower oil pressure and higher wear metals show you're operating at minimum protection thresholds, not optimal protection. 5W-40 came in last, despite being the thickest oil. It provided worse protection than 5W-30 in most categories, consumed significantly more fuel, and showed evidence of an adequate cold start flow and increased blow-by. Going thicker isn't always better. You need to match viscosity to your engine's designed clearances. Here's the critical insight this test reveals. Manufacturers specify the thinnest oil that provides adequate protection because they're optimizing for CAFE fuel economy standards, not maximum engine longevity. 0W-20 meets their warranty requirements and delivers the MPG they need for regulatory compliance. But if your goal is to maximize engine life, to get 250,000 plus miles instead of just meeting the 150,000 mile powertrain warranty, stepping up one viscosity grade to 5W-30 provides measurably better protection with minimal fuel economy sacrifice. The data proves it. 33% less iron wear, 25% less copper wear, 33% higher oil pressure, quieter operation. Over 200,000 miles, that reduced wear compounds into significantly less accumulated damage. Here's my recommendation based on this testing. If your manufacturer specifies 0W-20 and your owner's manual lists 5W-30 as an acceptable alternative, which most do for temperature ranges, use 5W-30. You'll give up less than 1 mpg while gaining measurably better protection. If your manual only lists 0W-20 with no alternatives, stick with 0W-20, but consider premium synthetic with robust additive packages and change it more frequently, every 5,000 miles instead of extended intervals. Never use 5W-40 or thicker unless your manufacturer specifically requires it. In engines designed for 0W-20 or 5W-30, going to 5W-40 creates more problems than it solves through reduced flow and increased resistance. And most importantly, understand that manufacturer-specified viscosity is a compromise between protection, fuel economy, and warranty compliance. If you prioritize longevity over the last half mpg of efficiency, stepping up one grade, verified as acceptable in your owner's manual, is a smart choice backed by real data. This content is based on controlled testing across 3 identical vehicles with documented oil analysis from Blackstone Labs, fuel economy measurement over 5,000 mile intervals, and oil pressure testing at standardized conditions. Results reflect this specific engine platform and driving conditions. Always consult your owner's manual for approved viscosity ranges and consider driving conditions and climate when selecting oil thickness. If this test just revealed that you've been using the wrong viscosity or that stepping up one grade could extend your engine's life significantly, show some appreciation with a like. And here's what's coming next week. I'm testing synthetic versus conventional oil in the same brutal head-to-head protocol to see if synthetic actually delivers enough benefit to justify the cost difference. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Drop a comment with your vehicle and which viscosity you're currently using. I'll tell you if you should consider switching based on this data. Drive smart. Choose viscosity based on protection, not just fuel economy. And I'll see you in the next one.